Devi, principal, Senapati Diet, and as part of the weekly educational program organized by the SCERT as in live streaming mode on YouTube and Facebook. We welcome you back again. Today's topic is about discipline and sense of responsibility in the management of COVID-19 pandemic situation during the lockdown. So, madam, hello, madam. Ah, today's topic is we have just heard that it is about discipline and sense of responsibility of a citizen. So here we will start, I think, with one crucial point that I have identified earlier. It is like if a citizen has to take a role during this situation, this crisis situation, is it somewhat related or relevant with the discipline of the individual while he was in his home, or discipline developed from his home or her home?
Exactly the point.
Yeah.
Actually, discipline starts from the right young age, as we have learned, and not only learned, as we have come across this kind of situation very much, because discipline is quite related to the character development of a person. Therefore, the character development of a person, we cannot start it in the mid age. We have to start it from the right of the young age, because in the concept of discipline, let me I want to explain a bit.
Yes, please.
In the concept of discipline, we have to adhere to a set of rules which is kept by the society or by some group of people or by the school or any organization. And besides that, they have to practice obedience. And this is another concept of which is quite related to discipline. And a person have to be control themselves whenever their head wants something, then their heart has to control it. Without any control, he or she, the person, will do anything whatever they like, and the society will be in turmoil. So discipline in the sense of self-control is there, and the regulation is another concept which is quite related to discipline. Yeah. And another one is that conduct. Conduct is quite related to the character development, and we require to go to the right path, and therefore this understanding of right and the wrong and the right conduct, we have to start from the beginning. So when we talk about discipline, it seems to be a very watertight compartment, but it is not like that. Besides that, there are different concepts, and in that concepts, one has to start it. Therefore, it is not a built-in product, and it has to be built upon one upon another.
Right.
Therefore, we have to start it from the young age.
Yes. In holistic manner, I should say that following social norms, this is also part of discipline, I think. And so, while socializing a child, the parent starts first as the first teacher for the students. And discipline at the home front itself, the parents tell the students about students or their children about what is good, what is bad, what should be done and what should not be done, etc. And while bringing up their children to the higher level, I think during the course of development, they are going to face so many social events, social norms, social activities, etc. During participation in those social activities and social norms and functioning on social norms, they have to follow what their parents have told to them. In case there is any adherence from that thing, the norms which has been taught by the parents, there arises the point of conflict between the social norms and the individual's character.
Yes.
That is how discipline has been distorted for the children. So, following what the children, what the parents tell them about what to do and what not to do, it is the right step for this thing, development of a child's discipline. And
there I want to submit another point is that when we talk about discipline, besides the set of rules or norms of the society,
Yeah.
in discipline there are two concepts. One is internal discipline,
Right.
another is external discipline.
Right.
So, what Sir is telling about the social norm and the other things that which is set by the law and the adherence to that, following that, all these are related to the external
Yes.
external discipline. That there is a certain rule and the regulation, and we have to follow
The
it.
individual has to
Yes,
follow.
it.
Right.
That is the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So that is the external discipline.
Yes.
But when we talk about it, the another one, what is taught by the parent, and the child have to internalize all those
Yeah.
taught by the
The
parent.
intrinsic one.
Yes,
Yes.
that exactly. That is a internal discipline.
Yeah.
So that from that internal discipline, it is the main thing that which is helping in the character development.
So I believe that the internal one, the intrinsic discipline development, is much more important
Yes.
than the external one. Right?
Yes.
So here, the intrinsic discipline development, it is something the child learns that by observing the nature of the parents in the home front. So if the parents do not show the desired discipline to be shown to the children, there comes the conflict.
Yes.
There comes the conflict, and the fault of the parents will come up while bringing up the children. Here, the children, before the children, we have to, as a model citizen, we have to our children, we have to show the desired nature. When they become a good citizen, the desired nature of the good citizenship should be shown to the children while bringing up our children. This is what I want to say to the. Actually, we are addressing to the parents and community.
Yes.
Yeah, they are the stakeholders at these situations. So, madam, one more thing. We have this pandemic situation, which is very alarming and very dreadful. And here, one thing that I see is there are so many people, and we think they are not that much responsible as a citizen. You might be seeing people on the news program or whatever social media that people breaking lockdowns
Yes.
and policemen punishing them and those things. We see them. Why are they coming out? Do you think that they are the real responsible citizen, or they are they are compelled to do that? That one thing.
Actually, in my opinion, they have not sensitized fully.
Right.
And another is one is literate, and the another is educate. They are not educated that much.
Yes.
They may be literate, but they are not educated well in this respect.
Mhm.
And that is why they are breaking the law and the guidelines which is set by the government. And another thing is that there are many people who are not educated as well as they are not literate.
Yeah.
That means people who are living in the rural community and even the marginalized people, the working people, they are not much aware about this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
They hear it. There is an outbreak of a disease, but actually they are not sensitized fully. They are not aware about it. What are do's and the don'ts?
Yeah.
So in this case, we have to execute our responsibility as a citizen of our country. We, the educated person, maybe the person from different sectors of the society, they have to come and they have to take their own role and their responsibility in their own position. This is what I want to mention.
So in the forefront, the educated people should take the responsibility of sensitizing to the illiterate or uneducated people.
Yes.
Yeah. And at this juncture, I feel is parents also take a main role in this thing. So some 30-40% of the total population, it is contributed by the children only. So children are also one of the most important citizens of the country.
Yes.
So I think for the children, the most right person to sensitize them is the parents. So since parents, we see parents, illiterate parents, etc. In our society, many of them are. But even though they are illiterate or they are not that educated to sensitize their children, then in that case, the educated people of the society, some fraction of the society, if they take their feet backward, that it is not going to support during this situation. So there are the people who should be taking the front row in this situation. That is what I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that I have encountered during these days is that the government, the health sector, they have advertising well about this pandemic situation,
Yes.
about COVID-19, and we have seen that lots of posters are fixing around our
Yes.
hometown.
Yeah.
But this is done. The government is taking their own responsibility.
Right.
But what I want to ask is there we are performing as a citizen? Are we performing our own responsibility? Are we executing our own responsibility in the sensitizing of this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah.
I think no,
Yes, yes,
No.
definitely we are not.
because what we see is that only the government is advertising about this in the newspaper,
Yeah.
as well as in the public,
Yeah.
maybe in hospital or
Yeah.
somewhere around it. But the thing is that no NGO or no community member, even we the teachers,
Yeah.
we are not coming to advertise and to sensitize, to give awareness to the rural community or anyway. But so I think the health sector, it is a compulsion for them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is the responsibility of the government, and
Right,
that they are performing it. But on the other side, we the community member, and we the player of from other sector of the society, we are not doing that
Even the
much.
CSOs and NGOs, they should be taking the main role in
Yes,
this
yes.
situation. I don't think any, maybe it's one or two are taking some good roles during this situation, but not many.
Yeah.
We need more CSOs and NGOs to come up in this situation. And one more thing is, and I have seen just a few hours ago, few hours ago, in some bigger states of India, people are coming out on the street and breaking cars and vehicles, no,
Yeah.
just to protest against the
Lockdown.
government's decision
Yeah.
of lockdown.
Mm.
What do you think about that? Is that the reason of their illiteracy, or it is the effect of the lockdown?
One thing we can say, it is a effect of lockdown.
Yeah.
Because during the lockdown, they are not getting whatever they want.
Yes. The needs,
The
the
needs.
basic needs.
The basic needs,
Right.
they are not getting.
Yeah.
For example, let me cite an example. Just after the outbreaking of this disease, COVID-19,
Yeah.
then we can see through what are the main areas that which are suffering.
Yes, yes.
Economic sector.
Yeah, yeah.
Now there is a crisis of the migrant workers.
Yes,
It
yes.
is. And in the government, revenue.
Right, right.
And another one is that the job is not secure.
So simply every sector of the
Yeah.
society has been affected by this pandemic situation.
Yes.
And one more thing, India is not that developed country, and poverty is one of the major reasons of its underdevelopment that we should know also. Many migrant workers, they are working day by day, they earn today's thing, and they live by that day only, not that for the next day they earn. That is why the daily wage workers, they are affected mostly by
Yes.
the lockdown situation. So governments, I think governments should be well prepared to face this situation before imposing the lockdown to the society, I think. That
Yeah.
is the thing.
That also right. But as it is a sudden,
Yeah.
the outbreak is a sudden process, and sometimes it is getting confused to the people, even might be in the government also.
Right.
Then what are the things to be taken up? Because you see that the trajectory of this infection rate is getting higher and higher, and
Yeah.
steeper and steeper day by day. Right.
Yes, yes.
So, and the death rate is also increasing. not only in India,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
globally.
yeah.
And look at Manipur before some 1 month ago, then we thought that there is zero COVID-19
Yeah.
percent,
Yeah.
but now again it is increasing because of the returnees
Yeah.
from other states.
We
So
yeah.
there
we,
is
right. We all know that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. On the other hand, our state government is doing much more better than its counterparts.
yeah
that I
I
appreciate
agree.
it.
I agree.
Yeah, because it is the only state which has started doing this kind of thing of accepting returnees, arranging accommodation, everything for the returnees, and settling them down in this thing, what you call it, quarantine centers and all that. And for doing this also, we need a big heart
Yeah.
as the government. The ministers, on our this honorable CM, he has a big heart, very big heart. That is why he is doing this. Otherwise, you can see many states in our country, they are not doing this, they are not taking up this step till now. So, doing this kind of thing, as a leader of the society, the leader should be having a big heart.
And but here at this juncture, what I want to thank is mainly not only the health education sector, but also the other sector like those who are in active services
Yes.
and the security persons.
Yes.
And they are doing very, very fantastic work.
Right.
And another sector is that people and those who are working in the education sector,
Yes.
that is another one.
Yes.
And now we know that Manipur, comparative to other states of India, our GDP is much lower.
Yeah.
And we have no resources at all.
Yes.
And everything we have to rely on the government,
Yes.
central government. So in this time also, people are cooperating to one another.
Yes.
And besides that, while there is no another hospital for this to be a quarantine center
Yes.
for the COVID-19 patients, in that case, what we do, all the educational institution, irrespective of it may be of private or public, all are willing to be a quarantine center. So they have a big heart.
Yes.
And
So, everyone. So here it comes the point of discipline. Coming back to the main topic, discipline, obeying the law.
Yeah.
This is the main thing that I wanted to tell to the public, that discipline, it starts from the home and it comes up as a citizen. It grows. It obeys the law. This is what we want. So discipline, it starts from home and ultimately it comes to obeying the law. Here, people in Manipur are obeying the law, so they are disciplined. That is why we are having a much lighter situation in this crucial pandemic situation. So, as a citizen, the role that we have to take in this situation is just by obeying the law and discipline. As a disciplined citizen, then we can control this COVID-19. So we know that the government has different slogans like stay safe and stay home, etc. This is, if we do not follow this kind of things, that the government has directed or they have imposed we can say imposed to this situation, because of this severity of the pandemic. So discipline is what we are lacking as a citizen. Discipline is what we are lacking as a citizen. That is why people in different areas, I won't like to mention the areas in our country. In different areas, when citizens are lacking discipline, then we are certain to know that this COVID-19 is going to grow up. And the spread of this COVID-19 is going to be killing people and a lot of people. This is one thing.
Yes. So here about discipline, let me cite another example.
Yes, please.
that recently I heard a interaction between one of my friend and one of the media person through I think Impact, and he's saying at Seoul in
Yeah.
South Korea,
So,
and he was talking about the situation of South Korea, and at that he said that there is no lockdown in the country. Instead, that the people are obeying the laws and whatever the guidelines set by the government, they are following
obeying,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, they are following it, and whenever they want to go out, there is a strict norm of the ages of the people, and as per the ages, the people used to go out, and they have to whatever the social distance norm and everything they used to maintain it.
Yes,
That
yes.
is why there is no lockdown, and the increasing rate also is a bit better. He suggests like that.
That
So
is very
this
nice.
is why, yeah, an example set from South Korea, as said by our friend, and some of the examples of another discipline that we can maintain at home is that about it. Let me tell about that intrinsic discipline.
Yeah.
Uh, Okay, for the external discipline, we have to follow the social distance norm.
Right, right.
It is very much clear,
Mhm.
and we have to follow even sir and then now me also. Now we are keeping
yeah.
a distance.
At distance.
Yeah,
Yes.
And another is that we have to, besides that, we have to wear masks.
Yeah.
That is compulsory.
Yes, yes.
And those who violate
Yeah.
these kind of guidelines as set by the government, they have to penalize it.
Yes, yes.
It should be
Definitely,
done.
definitely.
And curfew pass is given by the government, and without curfew pass, they have to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Remain
So,
at home.
yeah.
Yeah.
And these kind of things are going on slowly, slowly, and the people are trying to stick to that.
Yes.
And these are about that external discipline, but the internal discipline, what we are performing that kind of works at home, whether we are keeping our internal discipline at home, that also we need to look into that matter.
Yes. Yes.
First is that hand washing.
Yes.
Do we hand wash properly at home?
Yes. That thing.
Sir might be doing,
Yeah.
I may be doing, some people may be doing,
But
some,
not many.
not many.
Not many.
So it should be done.
Yeah.
So this kind is intrinsic discipline,
Okay.
and we have to keep at our heart that it must be done. It is mandatory for what to wash away,
Yeah.
to kill away the germs,
Yeah.
the virus. So this kind of intrinsic, and to keep our house clean.
Right.
Cleanliness is it is next to godliness.
Yes. Yes. Right.
So it may be bacteria, it may be virus,
Yeah.
and in any situation we have to be very clean. We have to keep our house very clean. This is also a kind of intrinsic discipline,
Yes.
and no one is coming to penalize for that if I don't do it.
Right.
But we have to understand it. We have to differentiate between what I'm doing is right or what he is doing is wrong. I have to ask myself, and whatever right, then we have to follow it
Yes. Yes.
during this
Yes.
situation.
So just by following the disciplines, that is how we come to the point of role of responsibility.
Yes.
Just by disciplining ourselves,
Hmm.
we come to the point of responsibility.
Yes.
If we obey the disciplines, if we have the disciplines as a citizen, then we are taking our responsibility as a citizen to avoid
Hmm.
COVID-19 spread.
Yes.
This is one thing. Here, people look at our organization itself, SCERT. We are live streaming this kind of academic program so that to sensitize people, citizens, teachers, parents, etc., so that it is our part of,
Yes.
of taking responsibility as an organization of the public.
Yes.
This is one thing. This is what we say. So, as a citizen, as a parent, or as any member of the country, we should be taking our role and responsibility as a citizen and avoid the spread of COVID-19. This is what we want to say. So, there may be different roles according to the vocation, okay, according to the profession of different people. But different people, even though they are different people in different vocations or professionals, they should be taking their right thing, right responsibility, right discipline, so that this COVID-19 is not spread further. This is one more thing. So citizens should be taking their own responsibility as a good citizen of the country, so that there is no spread of the COVID-19, and make the COVID-19 spread stop. That is one thing. People are trying, you see, in the in the chemical sectors, in medical sectors also, doctors, researchers, scientists are also taking their roles to
Yes.
develop this thing,
Right.
drugs,
Yes.
whatever, vaccines. That is their role. That is their responsibility as scientists or as biochemists or biologists. They have to do this. That is why they are doing. They are taking their responsibility. So, as a teacher, as educators, we are doing our part to
Yes.
sensitize people, sensitize mass, sensitize citizens, teachers, etc. This is our role that we are taking, and also our organization, this SCRT is also taking live streaming this kind of thing, so that people get sensitized in this thing. So of every single citizen of the nation should be taking their role and responsibility during this situation, this crisis situation of pandemic.
Yeah. Another some point I want to add to that, sir, is that um, for an individual,
Yes.
now, sir and we are taking our role as a teacher educator, as a government servant, and we are taking the role of sensitizing people. But for an individual, what I want to say is that for an individual, he or she take different roles. Suppose I am a teacher educator here, and we are doing our professional responsibility.
Yes.
What we are doing now is our professional responsibility. And when I go back my home, I'll be a mother, I'll be a wife,
Yes.
I'll be
Definitely.
a sister, and I'll be a daughter. So a person, even though besides their professional roles, what they are taking after going back home or after going somewhere,
Yeah.
for that depends upon the situation, depends upon the time, depends upon the place, they have to take different roles.
Yes.
So when I go back my home, then I have to take care of my children who are not going to school.
Yes.
Their schools have closed down.
Yes.
So I'll be a mother there,
Yeah.
and I have to take care of them. And sometimes I have to take care of my all
Yeah.
my parents.
Yeah.
So these are the responsibilities an individual is taking at different places at different time.
And that responsibility of taking care of children and in-laws or whatever elderly people, the way that we treat to them before the lockdown, before the pandemic situation, and during this pandemic situation may be different.
Yeah,
Should
quite.
also be different also.
Quite.
Yeah. That we know that while taking care of children, we should be obeying the rules, the guidelines which has been put by the government of just whatever it's social distancing or washing hands, whatever, using sanitizers, etc. It should also be followed while taking care of those people at home front also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Because now the children, coming to the point of children, children after shutting down their schools and even the playgrounds now, everything is closed. So children are one of the most person who the biggest population who are affected by this COVID-19 pandemic.
Right.
In terms of education, in terms of mental health,
other developments,
physical,
social,
as well social, even mental. One thing I want to remind here is that recently, when I hear the BBC news, the Royal College of Psychiatrists, UK, they have expressed that there might be a tsunami of mental illness after this lockdown.
Yeah, we can feel from right now
Huh.
that thing. We can feel from in our context also, in our small state also. If whenever you talk to friends, they will first ask you about what is the situation of you, what is the situation of your children. The same friend they we frankly talk to each other in before situations. They will ask very weird questions to you.
Yeah.
This is the psychological effect that we have got.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fear,
Hmm.
they are feeling.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are very much worried about
Yeah.
their family
Yeah.
and the uncertainty what
Yeah.
is
Anxiety
lying.
growing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in front of them. So, and like the sleeping and the eating pattern also,
Yes.
everything is changed, as
Yes.
sir has said.
Yes.
Therefore, in this situation, we have to manage it.
Yeah.
As an individual, as a parent,
Yeah.
as a citizen, we have to manage it. Otherwise, there is no drug, there is no vaccine, there is no medicine for cure.
Yes. 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 So we should be following a different set of activities, different set of timetables for this situation, which is much more different than the ones we have had in the normal situations
Yes.
of treating with people, of taking care of children, of cooking things, going out, or anything.
Yes.
So we have been we have to be having a different set of timetable for this also. This is one thing.
Yeah, for the children's who were student before,
Yes.
now they are children at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Home is their school.
Yes.
Parents are their children.
Yeah.
I mean their
Teachers.
teacher.
Yes.
So in this situation, we have to shed, as Sarah said, we have to plan some activities,
Right.
and right from the morning till evening, what they are interested, we need to look into that also.
Yes. Yes.
So accordingly, we have to set certain activities and we have to follow it.
Yeah. We have
This
to.
is what we can do.
We have to make the children plan their activities and help them in doing those things.
Yeah.
When they are going to read, when they are going to exercise, when they are going to have food, etc. We can help them in planning their things,
Yes.
their activities, so that they can cope up with any situation. This pandemic situation is not the last thing that they are going to face in their life.
Yes.
They
that
should
is
be
right.
they should be prepared. They should know how to prepare themselves for similar situation in the future also. This is one very important thing that we should know. In uh, countries like countries which has many drastic situation, many disturbing situations like Afghanistan, Turkey, Syria, etc., where there is war, it's every day. How the children are coping up with their daily life.
Yes.
This is one thing. So they are all prepared for all those things they are going to face tomorrow, day after tomorrow. How we are going to eat it, where should we hide when a bomb drops, etc. So similarly, in this pandemic situation, we should teach our children how to cope up with things which are going to come up, which are very, very drastic, very dreadful to their life. This is one thing. We cannot do anything, everything for them. We are not going to do everything for them. They should be able to do it by themselves, and we can help them in doing that. We can suggest them, we can plan for them. That is one thing. But we should equip them with the skill of planning their own activities. This is one more important.
Here comes the point of experiential learning.
Yes, definitely. Experiential learning is there. So there should be experiencing things, and for those experiences, we have to experiment. They have to experiment things also.
Yes.
By doing things, by writing, by cooking, by cutting, by painting, anything they can do things by doing by themselves, and we as parents have to help them in doing those things. This is one important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during this situation, what we want as a teacher educator, we want to guide the parents is that they have to uh, conduct the experiential learning approach at home
Yes.
and in teaching their children.
Yes.
And this is not about only the academic works,
Yes.
not only the subject matters like physics and chemistry. It is not
Yes.
like that. First, we need to teach them how to survive
Yeah.
by themselves, how to
Right.
how to do the works by themselves. This is the initial step, which is taken up by this experiential learning.
Yes. Yes.
And in that, parents should be the only the facilitator.
Yeah. So parents should be real skilled.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is what I want to add that
Yeah,
point also. Like parents, they might have not learned the area that what the children are interested.
Yes.
But nowadays, in this internet world,
Yes.
many
yes,
things are
yes,
there.
yes.
They can learn it.
They can avail any opportunity.
Yeah,
from
any
internet.
opportunity
Yeah.
from the internet.
Yeah.
And during this lockdown, they have parents are added another responsibility
Yes.
of taking care of children,
Yes.
looking after the children, and above that, they have to take advantage of reading other additional matters
Yeah.
so that they can learn more.
That is the learning that we need to do. That is the learning we want our children to do.
Yes.
One thing, they are so much textbooks and syllabus based in their learning. This is the right time for learning additional this thing context also.
Yes.
See, I have daughters at home. They read they look at the YouTube channel and learn how to cook different dishes.
Yes.
Now during this pandemic, so I feel myself that how lucky I am that this pandemic has come to my life, so that my daughters are learning so many things for doing them for cooking and anything. So they have learned so many things during this pandemic. We can take this situation of pandemic as an opportunity for the children.
Yeah, some people say like that we should take it as an opportunity, but on the other hand, we should take it as a besides opportunity.
Yeah.
We should say it as a how to manage it, because this is not a good picture.
Yes,
coming
this is
to
not
this,
definitely
yeah,
not
to
a
the human
good
race.
picture.
So therefore, this pandemic situation, we have to manage. We have to how to manage the situation, how to pass the days, and we have to wait for the days to come.
Yeah.
With
bluer
Yes.
sky,
Yeah.
brighter sun.
Yes.
Yeah, the pleasant days. We
Yes.
are still waiting for that also.
Yes.
And yeah, what I was talking about opportunity is we are managing the situation of pandemic. We are just managing, but the management can be made fruitful by taking
Yes.
it as an opportunity
Yes, yes.
for our children. That is the point that I want
Yeah,
to.
the threat
Yeah.
can be changed into opportunity.
Yeah, if we are skillful enough.
Yes.
This
For
is
the
the
people,
thing.
the
Yeah.
parents have to learn more.
Yes, parents should be very skilled and very, very aware of things happening around the world. That is, we have internet. Every parent,
Hmm.
every parent have the opportunity of availing the internet facility. You see, our state is not that poverty state that anyone couldn't afford a smartphone or anything. So even the poorest of the poor, they have smartphones. See, maybe in some remote areas that we could not access, there may be some people, but majority of the people, majority of the parents, they have smartphones. So why don't they? If 10% couldn't afford that, but 90% can, even 50% can afford this thing, smartphones and internet facility. They can go on further and take it as an opportunity, the situation as an opportunity to educate their children in non-scholastic areas.
Yes.
Yeah, non-scholar, giving them advices, teaching them disciplines, teaching them life skills, and we can teach the children to plant, grow plants, grow food, make kitchen garden, clean house, wash clothes, anything we can teach to them also.
Yeah.
So this is what we, even in urban areas, you see, madam, in urban areas, most of the girls who are quite grown up, who are in the adolescence period, they don't know anything. They don't know how to greet people, greet strangers.
Mhm.
They are so much stuck to their smartphones, playing games and this thing, social media. They do not know how to greet things. Hello, madam. They never say hello, madam, to any people coming home. They are just busy with their smartphones. This is the thing which is really describing our society. This is the main discrepancy of our society. People in our urban area are so much lacking of discipline. Even when they grow up, it will continue. The lack of discipline. This will continue.
This is a
Yeah.
concern in
Yeah.
education also.
Yes,
This
yes.
discipline and the sense of responsibility.
Yes, yes,
for-
yes.
These two concepts are very
Interrelated.
yes, interrelated, as well as it is a concern to our education,
Yes.
school education. It is, yeah, sir is rightly said that students who are gluing to the smartphone,
Yeah.
they don't even greet the people who are
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
That also we have come across in some places. But it is not only for this situation besides the pandemic. During the pandemic also, that habit,
Yeah.
I will call it that as a bad habit.
Yeah.
And that kind of bad habit is much more developed among the children now.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because as the schools are shutting down,
Yeah.
the parents are not planning well for their activities.
Yes.
They don't know what to do, just
Yeah.
pass away the time. They just glued to the
See.
smartphones and they see whatever look, whatever they like.
See, working women like you, madam.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have much time to spare for their children.
Mm.
So you never have the time to teach them how to make a tea,
Yes.
cup of tea, how to wash clothes. When will you teach them? Do you have the time to do that? That is the thing. So in most of the urban houses, this is the very common scene that we see. So we don't have the time to teach our children how to wash clothes, how to clean utensils, how to set up things inside the house. So we should, by managing the situation, of this lockdown, we can take it as opportunity for doing all these things, teaching our all children about the activities which are very much needed for their life skills development. This is
Yeah,
also one.
this is a part of value education.
Yes, yes.
Value
definitely.
education is very important
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
And as there are three domains of
Right. Mm.
in our taxonomy:
Yeah.
cognitive,
Yeah.
then
Affective.
psychomotor,
Yeah.
and affective.
Right.
This affective is very important.
Yeah. This is the
Ultimately-
part also that we cannot teach.
Yeah, that
This is the very hardest part to teach to people also.
so this is discipline and the sense of responsibility is
Yeah.
exactly fallen in that affective domain.
Yeah.
And the student have to expose in their behavior. So during this lockdown, as a parent, as an individual, we need to look into what is the behavior of my child,
Yes. Yes.
my children. And we need to spend more time with them so that we can understand more.
Yes. For development of affective domain, the emotional domain, what we need is interaction between individuals.
Yes.
Without if I interact with my mobile phone, what I'll develop is love with the smartphone only.
Smartphone.
Love with the internet, this visual world only. No, artificial world only.
Yes.
So for developing emotional domains, if I'm exposed to some garden, then I'll fall in love with the flowers. No, the plants. If I'm exposed to a zoo, then I'll fall in love with the animals in the zoo. So for development of emotion, then we have to be exposed to the society.
Yes.
Society as a whole, and to come to the smaller front, then we come to the home. Interaction with the family members.
Yes.
That is the only thing that we have to do we can avail this situation in this pandemic situation.
Yeah.
By we are 24 hours we're living together. No one is going office. No one is going school.
Yeah.
So this is the right situation for development of emotion amongst amongst each other also, among the members also.
So here I want to add another point is that during this situation, periodically,
Yeah.
I'll say periodically,
Yes.
we should have combined meeting of the family,
Yes.
and that their likes and the dislikes we can
Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
In that case, if we are doing so, we know more about the children, and not only that, the children also know more about the parents.
Yes.
It is also very important factor.
Right.
The children, we are trying to know our children only, but on the other hand, we are neglecting ourselves.
Yes.
So the children should know us as well as we should know the children.
Yeah.
There should be mutual
What we are
understanding.
doing, what we are doing for ourselves, what we are doing for the society,
Yes.
what we are doing for the profession, and what we are doing for them, they should also know that.
Know it.
Yeah.
And not only that, decision making.
Yeah.
The skill of
Yes,
decision making is very important.
Yes.
There are a good number of students, they are very good in academic,
Right.
but when they come in the forefront of the people, they cannot speak a single word
Yes.
because
Absolutely.
they are lacking in the decision making skills.
Yes.
So this
What to
kind
say, what not.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this kind of decision making is very important for being a good citizen in future,
Yes.
because our children will be the fruit of the country in future.
Definitely. Yes. Very right. So we should come to the end at this juncture, I think, for today's discussion about sense of responsibility, discipline, etc. No,
Yeah.
during this pandemic situation. So thank you, madam, for the discussion and your wonderful ideas and thoughts for sharing to the public, to the people who are watching our show. So everyone, please subscribe our channel in YouTube and press the bell button so that you can hear more from our organized SCRT Manipur. We will come back again next week. Bye bye. Thank you.